Hey everybody, it's your boy Maddie Rants, and literally before I just started this video, my left contact split in half. So now my vision's a little wonky, so if I'm giving you Kennedy Davenport tease, please forgive me because my eyes are going to be searching for the screen and then some. But we're doing Dragula today. Now, I am skipping episodes 1 and 2. I don't want to hear it. Y'all know I was at DragCon and I missed the first 2 episodes, but low-key I already watched them, but I don't feel like I need to review for them necessarily, but we can talk about them in a live later on. Let's get into Dragula, and as you can see, I'm giving you Pepto-Bismol pink background tease. Oh, girl, I want the drama, I want the shade, and I want my eyes to look better again. I gotta order contacts after this. Here we go, kids.
I have the cow intestines and stuff.
Girl, why is St. Lucia already taken out? Lord Jesus. It's already starting with this mess. Ooh, who is he? Ooh, it's the Ball Brother. Hey. Come on for this new intro. America Richard, Jake Alton. Y'all know I gotta give love for the production value on this season, honey. I am here for it. I am here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yovska might have went home.
Eva's trade. Eva's trade. Butch Queen trade, but Eva's trade.
Vampire Queen.
The gag is I've never seen Landon Sider outside of drag, and I've seen Landon Sider in drag on many occasions, girl, and I live for seeing her outside of drag, honey.
They're not gonna be playing here. It had us drink cow's blood, I believe, and it was like just really squishy guts and little. Like I didn't want to know what the color was. It was just like really quite gross. Like the guts and stuff would absorb the blood, so every bite you took, you just keep gushing out. I was like covered in blood. It was like, and I was trying not to like vomit it out because it was just so gross.
Aw, poor babies. They had to eat dead food. Try eating spiders on their first day.
Ugh.
So, Lucia, how do we feel about her?
I was like, my costume isn't like as extravagant as everyone else's, but I knew that I was
You mean it wasn't vampire?
What was that?
I said you mean it wasn't vampire?
It was vampire, you know, like I had like my inspirations, like very like cartoony vampire, like
I thought you were doing studio before.
I thought it was Vampire Queen.
it was like
I thought it was
70s.
Disco Vampire Queen.
No, I was actually very offended whenever I heard that you were saying.
What?
I thought that Three Musketeer bullshit
What?
was just unacceptable. I was shocked. It's Vampire Queen. I look at someone like Saint and like we can say all we want about her costume and how she presented herself, but like she didn't come out week 1 in cardboard bullshit. She didn't come out week 2 in something that did not even look remotely like a vampire.
Well, they liked it.
Apparently so.
Ma'am, you're not the judge of this show, okay? What are you talking about? I didn't like it. I thought it was terrible. You insulted me. For what? For why? Calm down, queen. Calm down.
My inspirations for vampire are a lot different. Like,
Thank you.
I think so. Like I'm here. They asked me to come here. Landon won. Landon was not. There was no femininity in that drag.
Oh.
Landon won. So like that discredits anything like, oh, you weren't a queen. You know, I
Oh.
invite femininity.
I'm gonna take it back. I get it. You're coming at me with polish. I get it.
No, it was a burlesque performance.
It was a burlesque performance, and this is a burlesque dancer.
Woo! I stand Maxi Glamour just for this whole moment. Priscilla Chambers has just hit the bottom of my radar. I don't like girls like that. Really, sister? Really? Like, you're just mad because Trey went home and you're no man.
Last week you tapped into your veins to show us that drag, filth, horror, and glamour were in your blood.
But this week, we want to see it in your attitude. And to do that, we're asking you to transform yourselves into rock stars. The challenge, you'll need to create a spectacular arena-style look, inspired by the metal gods of the past and serve it to us during the floor show. After that, you'll form 2 bands, and as a group, you will need to impress us with your most face-melting and fearsome rock show.
The second group look that unifies your band. Since we're smarter than you, we've already gone ahead and split you into 2 bands, and we've assigned a lead singer to each group.
Given instruction, you will be lead singer for the first band. Your bandmates are Dahlia, Maxie, and Priscilla.
A setup.
Yovska.
A setup.
You will be the second band,
setup.
I'm talking. You're always talking. Exactly. Shut up. I still have issues with the fact that, like, we haven't discussed the fact that Maxie felt like it was necessary to make shady comments underneath her breath.
Those things happen, you know, like literally 20 seconds ago. You know?
This is my tea. Like, if you have something to say, just
Yeah.
say it. Let's talk civilly with each other. Let's be upfront about it. I don't do shouting. I don't do under breath shit. If I have a problem with you and I feel strongly enough about it, I'll bring it up.
If I had a problem with you, I wouldn't talk to you.
Then my suggestion moving forward with us on the same team is don't mumble it under your breath
Yeah,
and just
good.
say it loud and bold so everyone can hear what you have to say.
I'm not a fan of Dahlia, and I'm not a fan of Priscilla right now at this given point in time. Here's the thing. We do the under breath stuff all the time, and this, that, and the other. You all have an issue with her already, right? And it's clear. And then you want to try to call her out in front of everybody else. Girl, that wouldn't have gone down that way if it was me, sister. We would have had a whole war right then and there. She'd have been known how I felt about her from the top of her head to the bottom of her toes, baby. Real tea.
I want to be blue. I'm gonna be cute. Do some signature Maxie. You know, like.
Eva, your team captain talk. I can't.
I don't.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Does everyone just have an issue with Maxi Glamour? What's happening here? I mean, this thing over here is now talking about Eva speak because she's starting to talk now and da 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 da. Like, this is getting on my nerves already.
I feel very conflicted. I want to appease my bandmates, but at the same time, I don't feel like I need this to be a good drag performer.
Alright, so why don't we run
Okay, well, this is where I gotta say on that note. First of all, it's not about what you need in order to be a drag performer. You're working in a team, so you need to go with the team flow, okay? Be yourself, but also work with them in the same process. So if you need to do blue each and every time, I'm more on Eva's side with this than the other two. The other two give me bitter bitches. But I'm also with Eva on, baby, I'm the lead, and if you just get to do what you want to do and they ask, well, what was the problem with the team? Maxie wasn't giving you the tea. They're gonna put that on Eva as the team captain, as the singer. So okay, I'm back into the fold. I see where the sandwich is. I know where the cheese, the meat, and the lettuce lies. Now let's get to the mayonnaise.
It's really funny because Dolly was sitting there like talking about how she talks about everything in front of someone and addresses it directly.
Yeah.
She's been saying shady shit about me to other people.
Whoa!
Addressing it to you.
Whoa!
You should probably practice what you preach.
Halloween!
Betray her? It was like a slap in the face to you.
Wow.
A little bit.
All of his feelings in it.
Well, because you're family too. That's me, that's my art, it's real art, and that's what I do. I do real filth. I don't play, pretend on filth, okay?
Okay, sounds great. Didn't feel comfortable bringing it up with you. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your concept or your performance look.
And
That's
then I
different.
felt very comfortable talking about it with everybody else but me. So you don't
Yeah,
want to tell
I
me
did.
what to do, but you want to go talk to every other cast member while you're out smoking and tell them about it, so then I have to hear from them.
Hello.
You're going to tell Maxie to say things to your face. I feel like you should practice what you preach.
Hello!
Did to embody these lilies being saved in freezers.
I'm
So
not using tactics of glamour.
Woo!
Here we are. And I'm expanding my horizons, and I'm perpetuating glamour all over them.
where Madeline's saying that she knows that I talked about her. I heard that.
Have you at all?
I don't talk shit about my grandmother. Not her. As of this point, I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck is going on because I'm incredibly hurt.
Madeline definitely is also.
Came for blood a little bit earlier, and so I do apologize for that.
Okay, I appreciate the apology, Priscilla, because I didn't want to not like you, and I didn't like how you came at Maxie. So, a good apology. I'm here for it. Now, Dolly, on the other hand,
And I think you don't have to pull the needles out of my face. Like, I think that's just gonna have to happen. How do you feel about my blood?
I don't care about your blood, I just don't want to hurt you.
You're not gonna hurt me.
Are they going to be easily removed?
Easily removed. There's just 2 pegs, and then there's chain dripping, and they're just both through my cheeks, and then you just go like that, and then you can come in and like lick the blood off your face.
That's fine. A while ago, I betrayed Dahlia's trust, and I thought we were past this, but she brought it up to other competitors, and I just wish this was over.
I'm hurt with Madeline because I feel like she really threw me under the bus in the boudoir, and Madeline's mad at me because she's taking
story way out of context. The reason it was brought up was because I was saying how far we've come to now. I'm wondering now if she's just upset because it's just involving her sobriety.
Lord.
Information that we have to keep in the family, period.
Ooh.
And you can't.
True.
Okay, it is what it is. I love you to death. I just need you to understand that I'm gonna let this go, and I don't ever want to talk about it again.
I kind of feel like Madeline's kind of flipping this situation around on me, and in the heat of the moment, I'm just overwhelmed with emotions, so I just feel the need to apologize, but I'm really wondering why she chimed in on that conversation when she didn't need to.
It just can't.
What?
Dragula's mom.
Yes.
To kick things off, we chose our drag monster to create
Ooh, the
individual
boulets look so good.
I pulled the needles out of Holloway's face too early, and it took her off guard, and she completely broke character. While I'm definitely at fault, she never should have broken character.
Brent, I'll hurt you.
I don't have extra spinal tap needles, so I don't have another
Did
section
you get
in my
it?
mouth, so all I can do is stick dirty needles I dropped on the floor back into my face.
Never should you stop performing during your performance.
Girl. She walked off in the midst of the performance. I'm talking about back turn, sister, and just walked off. Ooh, never should you ever. I mean, you just keep going with the punches. You pretend like it never even happened to you, sister. Come on, Hollow Eve. What happened, girl? You had a whole point at the beginning of this show towards people being nasty and negative. Then you showed unprofessionalism because of some needles being taken out of your face. That brief intermission or whatever you want to call it has completely ruined my whole entire feeling for the whole performance, y'all. I'm no longer here. I'm like,
You could tell that there was a synergy, and that's what made it believable. I just got kind of pulled into your performance. You look like you belong in a group. You look like you were really comfortable performing together.
Agreed.
That's what a show like this really needs.
Agree. Eva.
Eva Destruction.
Of course. Of course.
Thank you.
Louisiana, I think there's a fine art to doing good, bad, drag. There's bad drag, and there's good, bad drag. And you do good, bad drag. And I hope you know that I say that with a lot of love.
Who's safe? Who's safe?
Louisiana and Landon, you are both safe and you may leave the stage.
What? What? Whoa. Whoa. I don't agree with
Jocelyn,
this.
Hollow Eve, and Madeline Hatter, I'm delighted to tell you that you're all up for extermination.
Who is up for extermination is going to be choosing your tattoo for you.
Oh.
You won't be able to see it until it's done.
Oh! Oh God, who got eliminated? Who got eliminated? Not Yovska. Is that a Red Roof Inn? Girl, why I feel like I know where that shower curtain came from. That gives me Red Roof Inn tease. The green screen behind me is probably a full chop, but we're still gonna keep it pushing. Thank you for watching the reaction portion of Dragula Season 3, Episode 3. I just have a few points I want to get across here about what we just witnessed with this episode. Now, we're all familiar with the rock and roll floor show performance moment. They did that last season. It was really great. Bitch Puddin' really tore the house down. Honestly, this episode, I was a little in between on a lot of feelings with the rock show. Yeah, I did like that Eva Destruction's group slag was very uniformed in their look. I'm glad that Maxi Glamour didn't go into the full blue. I was confused when I saw the floor show looks come out first and then they did the rock show because I thought, oh, did she not change the blue? What's happening here? And then I realized, oh, they did that first and then went into their rock look. So please forgive me on this. But I want to get into the one thing that I guess was bothering me the most about this episode, and that was the petty arguments. Like, real tea. Priscilla Chambers and Dahlia Black, This probably was the most unlikable episode y'all could have been on. Like, Priscilla, you seemed so rock bitter, it just wasn't even funny anymore. And it was like everything that you were mad about, I'm thinking to myself, like, is it really that deep? Is it really that serious? And then when you wanted to get your point across and say someone didn't agree with it, it was almost a defense mechanism for them saying, I don't agree with that statement. And you should have been the one to go home. And I'm thinking to myself, God, this sounds very Fifi O'Hara edit on Drag Race type of tea. You apologized later, and I was thankful for that, but yeesh, that beginning made me really not feel the chambers that was Priscilla. But Dahlia Black was a little bit more of a problem this episode. Yes, these are feelings. Yes, these are emotions. This is a competition. There's a lot at stake here in the pressure cooker scenario situation that we all know of with competition shows. Definitely showed out for her. So I'm not going to judge her outside the show based on this, but in this show, I was ready for her to go. I was really ready for her to go. I was like, girl, you are mad. You are mad boots. You tried to call Maxie out, and I was thinking to myself, like, what is happening here? She's giving you this mightier than everyone bit with, you don't need to talk behind under your breath. You don't need to do this, that, and the other, which Hollow Eve called you out on, and a lot of people agreed with that, and then it became about you. Then you started to play the victim a little bit. Yes, for those who don't agree with me, yes, that's what happened. She literally was going off on this one person. Everyone had another feeling about it and was like, well, girl, she does the same thing for everybody else. Comes back into the room and feels like everyone doesn't like me and everyone's attacking me and I don't understand why. Girl, you're doing exactly what you said the other person was doing, and then you're calling them out on it like you don't ever do those things. I was here for Hollow Eve calling him out on that. I was here for her argument, but girl, then Hollow Eve does something that just really pulls me back with the whole needle pulling out thing. Now, I'm not into blood play at all. I'm not into a lot of the stuff the girls do on the show, but I still respect their form of drag and what they're trying to present with themselves, whether it's filth, horror, glamour, etc. But when they took the needles out early and then she just walks off the stage and it turned into this, I'm not putting dirty needles back in my face. I was like, this is a lot. This is a lot going on here. She ends up putting them back into her face. God bless you for whatever staph infection you got for yourself or whatever hepatitis A, B, or C that you received. I'm hoping you didn't receive any of those things. But it definitely made me concerned for you when I saw that happening. I was like, ooh, girl, is it that deep? I would have just let that go and not even have put them back in my face. But back to Dahlia. Now, her secondary issue, I guess, was her family member, Madeline Hatter, who I do like, but I also see her very, you know, it needs to be this way, that way. I kind of like that madness about Madeline Hatter, but it also can be very annoying at the same time because it's like, okay, girl, we want to follow you, sister, but then if things are not done your way, it's kind of like, about the whole situation. I guess Dahlia didn't like the fact that she was mad at her about a situation that was brought up from the past, that she felt like didn't even need to be brought up, or it was brought up, but then Dahlia was saying it in a way that wasn't supposed to be negative, more so like, well, we've moved past that point, but then Madeline says that's not how it was said to her, which Dahlia was like, it was misinterpreted. I'm like, how was it misinterpreted? You brought up something from the past that was a negative situation that you're speaking positively of, but maybe you didn't need to even bring up that situation in the first place, which is where my mind was at when I thought of the whole argument. Like, why even bring that up as a storyline? No, you didn't even need to say all of that. Either way, they apologize to each other. They're both good to go. But golly, these are some of the pettiest arguments I've seen in any kind of drag show, period. Oh, lies. We've seen several seasons of Drag Race where that is completely the opposite. Oh, and Dragula Season 2, James Majesty Tease, girl. Oh my God. Don't even get us started with all of that drama that happened back then, sister. But yeah, the drama is killing me a little bit with this. I was very much turned off by this episode it just seemed like some petty stuff. However, I'm not gonna lie. With Dahlia, I will say this, I will agree with this, even though this is a show about filth, horror, and all that type of stuff. I would never be happy to know that my popsicles are in the same freezer as bloody tampons and dead cockroaches. Yes, I would be quite evil about that. But then I had to realize that I would never bring anything to the freezer anymore because they would be stored in those locations. No. I don't want that in the same area. I think Land Insider had the best floor show look. That was very Rob Zombie, the spinning guitar with the pyrotechnics with the little, sprinklers or whatever you want to call it coming out of it. That was everything to me. I lived and breathed. But I think I was most sad that Yovska was the one that went home, even though she had a brilliant death. I thought that was really great. I got red roof in tees from those shower curtains. But I was sad Yovska went because I really started to get into her drag. No shade, but I thought Louisiana Purchase would be one of the people in the bottom. I wasn't as thoroughly entertained as others, but then I like Louisiana Purchase as a person. And I think that just maybe this week they were like, no, let's give Madeline in the bottom. Let's give Yovska in the bottom because we just didn't get what was going on here. Madeline was also the leader and it also went down that, the floor show went down. And then, of course, Hollow Eve just did the most when she didn't need to do that. But Yovska went home, Hollow Eve and Madeline Hatter are safe. Next week, we will see what happens. I'm excited to be back into Dragula. Thank you so much for giving me the time to take a vacation so I can get myself in the greatest spirits ever, as well as go to DragCon and get you some quality content, quality interviews, and start to bring some new things to my channel. It's your boy, Maddie Rants. Catch me again later on this week for some Camp Wanakiki, as well as more interviews with queens from DragCon. I'll talk to y'all later.